Hi, Tradespotting here, back again with another update for something you didn't ask for this time, and you haven't asked for much, but I've been having so much fun trading it. It's DJT, Trump Media and Technology Corp. It is wiping out famous traders left, right, and centre and making loads of money for people who stick with the technical analysis. Trust me, I couldn't care less about the politics, but I am having great fun with this thing. I think everybody should get involved, so I'm making like my 8th video on this. Like, get into this, right? DJT, loads of market drama. You know, was it going to go crazy? Is it going to drop? Because if it does, it'll drop to completely crushing levels. So buckle up, whatever you're doing. It's time for a deep dive into the latest news surrounding DJT and that fluctuating volatile stock. There's potential conflicts of interest, you see. It's taking on comparisons with meme stocks. So we're the appropriate audience and place to discuss these things and break it all down. I can break it down like this. Welcome back, everyone. DJT making waves in the market with controversy and uncertainty swirling around. People really nervous about the all-time high in the markets. And this thing going absolutely bonkers. So let's dissect these key points. First up, who is it outside of crazy traders like us is actually invested in DJT? Well, Susquehanna International Group lead the charge. There's still questions about the impact of these major donors, like Mr. Jeff Yaz. But what if foreign wealth starts to jump into this? Will they sway the fate? Well, they'll cause fate to stare at us and then scratch its eyes out, exploiting loopholes in the placement of its eyeballs. It's facing bankruptcy if it drops, so investors will tread very cautiously here. Lots of previous drama in this ticker previously to like the merger with DWAC. So let's talk about the meme side of things. DJT's meteoric rise has drawn lots of parallels with meme stocks or weak spots like GameStop and AMC. Obviously, those have been in a long downward trend characterized by extreme pain for the hodlers, but they had extremely sharp volatile moves, massive percentage moves at various times. So if you're willing to relinquish your position in extremely high levels of profits and you're able to manage your risk with a stop, then this might be the sort of thing that you've got experience of trading, unlike other people, especially if you watch along here often. You have to be careful though. Is it sustainable? Are we witnessing a bubble? Yes. Is it about to burst? Maybe. Where are the low prices on the chart? I'll show you in a second. Oh my goodness, if you were just hedging with leverage puts, let's see how it works out. It's quite an expensive option chain, but the thing itself's not gone crazy prices. Well, it is compared to what it's worth, but we'll get to that in a minute. The experts, they're warning of the inflated values. We've talked about that long before we arrived here. And the shaky fundamentals. Shaky, right, if they exist at all. Will DJT follow in the footsteps of its weak spot meme stock predecessors and go for another violent move to the top side? In this fast-paced world of finance, it's definitely possible. Knowledge is power. Stay ahead of the game, stay informed, stay ahead of the curve, stay vigilant, always do your due diligence, be aware of the risks you're taking here. And we'll continue to monitor DJT in the stock and its journey, keeping you updated every step of the way, even if you don't ask for it, even if you hate it. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you can stay up to date with the latest news and all of it ahead of the actual news, along with the moves, right? The moves, that's where we're going now. Into the moves with the DJT 15-minute time frame. You've got what is potentially a bull flag. If you take it from the absolute low to the high, you're through the 236, so not high and tight. This diagonal line, it contrasts with this, in that they're going opposite directions with regards to their incline, divergence, right? So potentially the people pushing it down at this point, running out of steam against the accumulation. Next target to the top side is so fun, $95. It's another 50% increase in price. So you imagine this trade. If it drops back below 56, very dangerous. Could very well come here and test that prior low support. Could even go in for a 50% retracement. Test the prior highs from this formation. You see where we came from? Test that breakout zone. You got one test here. could be that we come along and test that again. That is close to a 50% retracement from the low here to the most recent high. It could very well try and do that. It would be an expression of this range you're seeing here. That would be taking you down towards the golden pocket, maybe even 45. At that stage, so much of a significant retracement without finding support, taking you back into the prior formation, might be somewhere you don't want to be holding this trade anymore. If you were looking to the top side, you can see that takes us to the next target up around 95, 96, which is definitely going to at some stage in its lifetime. Along with these lows back here, it's definitely going to at some stage in its lifetime. So what's the best trade on this chart? Well, if you're long, I don't think you want to be entering when price is back here, having lost 75% of its value, or could see how high it gets in the first instance. But I'd be a huge retracement, and I don't think you'd be looking at this thing in any sort of a short-term move, especially not catching a knife down here. I think if you're targeting that area, it's if you're short, you're looking for leverage puts to take the price down. If you want to manage your risk, you would have stop loss, potentially conditional orders on that trade, or alternatively, it itself would be a hedge for a long, which you'd be looking to enter. No way would you want it at 46, right? You'd have to be watching what it did. You maybe want it to then recover back above 55. So potentially whatever price action does beforehand, that's your entry. You don't want it to be holding it below 46, and you'd be targeting up around those 95, 96 levels. If you got that move on the long and covered it at the top side with the short, you'd definitely be doing well. It's not financial advice, it's just one potential strategy based on these artifacts we see on the charts. Strong move to the top side here. Of course, like we could talk about on the channel, it's covered in cat vomit. You've got to be very careful. Also, at the same time though, there is a lot of opportunity and it's very, very volatile. Bear in mind, this thing's current market cap is 8.84 billion. Truth Social, that which generates revenue, earns 4 million a year. So in terms of multiples, there is no fundamentals that go any way to justifying the value of this thing. It's also true to say, ladies and gentlemen, without a shadow of a doubt, that there are concerns about how this stock would be traded in future. Would it be traded for influence if Donald Trump gets back in to be the next president? Does that mean that this will have a huge rise? Will that be just based off the back of speculation? At what point will we see that stock at that time? Could that be at these lows? Oh, get off the screen, yo. So that's what we're looking at. Lots of potential opportunity. Can't wait to see more of what's coming up on this stock. Stay tuned in the pre-market trading today. It's down at, do we have a price? Do we have a price stock? 61.96 was yesterday's close. As you can see here, coming in testing $60 post-market. If you can make it back above these 61.45, it'll look to go at 62.50. If it manages to break back above yesterday's close, you could be talking about potentially violent moves, though I would be aware of a downward sloping diagonal trend line, probably easier to draw on 3 minute here, which does speak to the consolidation that's going on and the diagonal level that needs to be breaking. You break above the prior daily high at 71.92, you'll be on for that breakout move. As long as it makes it past the fake out at 78, the target is 98. So those are the important levels to look to if you're trading this thing. See there? That's another one. This is important. This is the break into the formation. That's the fake out zone. There's where you get your move all the way up to 98. Potentially. Though, a lot of people take profit at 96. Thank you very much for watching. Hit the like button. We've got a brilliant video on the PCE data coming out. It's leaning very much to one suggestion for the stock market. Also, if you're looking at the SPX, SPY charts, oh my goodness gracious me. Lots of potential happening there. Join me for more of the same on this video right now for you today. Also, there's this video, more about Donald Trump Technology and Media Group. Also, there's this video on how to do a brilliant trading plan. Oh my goodness, and this video on the best Bitcoin trade you'll ever likely see in this phase of the market. Oh my goodness, the opportunity is crazy.